The galaxy's judgment. The galaxy had long written off the Sol system. Across countless star systems, humans were whispered about like a myth, primitive, backward, barely clinging to their own blue planet. The Interstellar Council, a gathering of the galaxy's most advanced civilizations, chuckled quietly as hollow archives displayed images of dusty cities, smoke-filled skies, and sluggish rockets. Admiral Thakor, a tall, sinewy reptilian strategist from the VRYNN Collective, leaned over the polished obsidian table. His eyes, sharp and amber-bright, reflected the holographic projection hovering above it. "They are negligible," he hissed, "barely capable of orbiting their own star. Their weapons are rudimentary, their fleets laughable. No threat at all." "Perhaps," said Lady Connasse, "a crystalline species with limbs that shimmered like refracted light. But even primitive creatures have a way of surprising us. Should we not study them carefully before dismissing them entirely?" Thakor's tail lashed impatiently. "Careful study? We have data spanning decades. Their technology stagnates. Their governments bicker endlessly. They are backward. They are weak. And now, with the war spreading through the nearby sectors, their system is unprotected. It is perfect for occupation." Around the chamber, dozens of alien delegates murmured in agreement. The notion of invading the Sol system was almost laughably simple. Its primitive population could not even organize a single coordinated defense. They were a species to be conquered, perhaps enslaved, certainly studied. Yet, as Thakor's fleet prepared for deployment, a subtle unease rippled through the council chamber, a nagging whisper that humans might be more than their historical record suggested. Small anomalies had been detected in remote scans, unexpected orbital structures, strange energy readings, and signals that refused to match any known technology. Nothing overtly threatening, but enough to catch the attention of the most cautious strategists. Still, the prevailing sentiment was arrogance. "Even if they have hidden defenses," Thakor said, "they will crumble beneath our firepower. Prepare the fleet. We move at once." On Earth, humans were largely unaware of the galaxy's gaze. Cities thrummed with their usual chaos, cars honking, streetlights flickering, and millions of people consumed by their daily routines. Scientists worked tirelessly in labs, exploring energy physics and propulsion theories. Military officers trained on simulators that were laughably outdated by interstellar standards, but their minds were sharp, adaptive, and innovative in ways no alien observation could predict. Commander Alina Reyes, a human officer overseeing orbital defenses from the newly upgraded spaceport, frowned at the incoming data. "Radar shows unknown vessels emerging from deep space," she said, pointing at the display. The shapes were unfamiliar, sleek, angular ships with shimmering armor that defied classification. "They're heading straight for Earth." Her team exchanged nervous glances. For decades, humans had assumed they were alone. Space was vast, silent, and hostile, but empty. Now, that assumption was shattered. "Sir," said Lieutenant Chun, tapping at the interface, "we're detecting energy readings off the charts. Unknown tech. Definitely not ours. They are massive." Alina's heart thumped. The reports were inconsistent with any human experience, yet the data was clear. They were not alone. And what they faced was not a mere exploration vessel. It was a fleet. Despite the panic, a spark of determination lit Alina's eyes. "Then we prepare. We may be considered backward, primitive, whatever they think. But if they want to test humanity, we'll show them exactly what that means." Back in the council chamber, Thakor's fleet emerged from hyperspace, a gleaming spear aimed directly at Sol. Their sensors scanned eagerly, recording every human satellite, every orbital station, every faint sign of life. On the view screen, Earth appeared small, fragile, and blue, a jewel to be plucked without resistance. "Dispatch scouts," Thakor commanded, his claws tapping against the holographic interface. "We will observe them before committing the main force." Their primitive technology should be amusing. As scouts sped toward Earth, a strange anomaly occurred. One probe, designed to map defenses, flickered violently, and then exploded in a bright flare. Another followed, only to be ensnared in an invisible field that shredded its hull. "Curious," Thakor muttered. "Minor resistance, but nothing significant. Perhaps an accidental defense system. Humans cannot possibly be organized." Yet, even as he spoke, he could feel a growing unease. These creatures, dismissed by every historian in the galaxy, had found ways to defend themselves with a subtle, ingenious effectiveness that no records could have predicted. In the Sol system, humans scrambled, aware that something momentous was about to descend. They were divided, small, and technologically inferior, but they were adaptable, resourceful, and brave. And as the alien scouts moved closer, they would discover that the galaxy had gravely underestimated them. The war was coming, and the humans were ready to surprise the universe. Arrival of the fleet. The Sol system was quiet, deceptively so, as the alien fleet emerged from hyperspace beyond Jupiter's orbit. Dozens of enormous warships, sleek and angular, glimmered with reflective alloys that no human eye had ever seen. Their presence warped the light around them, a silent warning that this was no ordinary encounter. Commander Alina Reyes stood at the orbital command center, staring at the incoming ships on the holo display. Her fingers hovered over the controls, a mixture of fear and resolve hardening her expression. "All units report," she said sharply. Lieutenant Chen's voice came back, tense but steady. "Orbital scanners confirm massive fleet deployment. Multiple classes of warships, capital, assault, and reconnaissance. Estimated combat strength exceeds our combined forces tenfold." Alina exhaled, then squared her shoulders. "That doesn't matter. It never has. Humans are unpredictable, and that's our advantage." Across the Council of Earth's militaries and scientific minds, a tense energy filled the room. Decades of underfunded space programs, political bickering, and technological lag suddenly melted away into a singular focus: survival. Project Iron Resolve, an experimental initiative designed for emergencies, was activated. Scientists, engineers, and military officers moved like clockwork, retrofitting satellites, arming orbital stations, and mobilizing every available ship, even the smallest civilian craft capable of flight. Outside the command center, the first alien scouts approached. Sleek, black vessels moved with predatory grace, scanning the space around Earth with technology humans barely understood. On board the scouts, alien sensors picked up human activity, ships being deployed, satellites repositioned, and orbital defenses powering up. "Primitive," one alien officer hissed, claws tapping impatiently on the console. "They cannot possibly mount an effective defense. We will sweep them aside and begin occupation in hours." But the humans had a plan. Alina directed a small fleet of hastily modified frigates toward the outer asteroid belt. "Deploy decoys," she instructed. "Use the belt's density to hide our maneuvers. Let them think they see us, then strike where they least expect." The aliens laughed, confident in their superiority. Their probes moved freely among the asteroids, scanning, mapping, and reporting back in milliseconds. Then the first trap was sprung. A human frigate, virtually invisible among the rocks, released a burst of electromagnetic interference, sending alien sensors haywire. Another ship triggered a kinetic railgun pulse from an improvised position, obliterating the leading scout before it could retreat. "Impossible." Thakor's voice roared over the fleet's comm. "They are reacting. They are adaptive." Alina watched the holo display as energy flares danced across the belt. "We may be backward in their eyes," she murmured, "but we're nothing if not clever." Meanwhile, humans on Earth worked tirelessly. Engineers jury-rigged satellites into defensive arrays, scientists reprogrammed drones for rapid deployment, and hackers infiltrated alien data streams. They learned quickly that the aliens relied heavily on coordinated communication. Interference, deception, and unpredictable attacks became their tools. In one daring maneuver, a human ship simulated a full-scale retreat. The aliens pursued aggressively, their superior speed and firepower making them overconfident. Then, as the alien vessels entered a narrow gravitational corridor near Saturn's rings, human engineers triggered a series of magnetic pulse traps. Entire alien squadrons were thrown off course, colliding with asteroids or being shredded by Saturn's radiation belts. Thakor's jaw tightened. These creatures, they are unpredictable. Their coordination is chaotic, yet effective. How? This is not consistent with their history. Humanity's ingenuity was on full display. Each move leveraged Earth's environmental knowledge, physics principles, and creativity. Weak points in alien shields were exploited, small vessels executed risky maneuvers, and even basic human intuition proved superior in certain engagements. What the galaxy had labeled backward, unsophisticated, and primitive was revealing itself to be clever, adaptable, and fearless. In the orbital command center, Alina gave her next order. Prepare for the main assault. If they come at us with their full fleet, we hit them here on our terms. Every asteroid, every magnetic anomaly, every unexpected advantage. Use it. Remember, they are advanced, yes, but they cannot predict us. Lieutenant Shun smiled grimly. Sir, that may be our edge. As the alien fleet moved closer, their arrogance slowly gave way to unease. Scouts that had once roamed freely now vanished into traps. Capital ships were forced into cautious formations, wary of hidden weapons, gravitational anomalies, and the humans' inexplicable intuition. Thakor paced the command deck of his flagship, his claws clicking against the console. This is not how the simulations predicted. Every variable accounted for. And yet, they adapt, they survive. They strike back with precision, despite lacking our technology. Alina stared at the incoming enemy forces, a deep resolve settling over her. We may be considered backward, she said quietly, but if they want a war, we'll make them regret underestimating humanity. The first skirmishes had proven one undeniable truth. The Sol system would not fall quietly. Humans were no longer the galaxy's afterthought. They were a force to be reckoned with. The war had begun, and humanity was ready. The Sol system strikes back. The alien fleet loomed over the outer planets, their immense warships casting shadows across gas giants and icy moons. Thakor's confidence had begun to fray. The scouts they had sent to map the Sol system had been decimated with minimal human resources. Their algorithms had failed to predict human cunning, adaptability, and sheer unpredictability. Form a main attack formation. Thakor commanded, his claws tapping furiously against the command console. We will crush these humans in a single strike. All units, concentrate fire on their orbital defenses. But the humans were ready. Commander Alina Reyes stood in Earth's orbital command hub, watching the alien vessels advance. The initial skirmishes had bought time, and now humanity was prepared to exploit every advantage the Sol system offered. Deploy the asteroid traps and electromagnetic nets, she ordered. Prepare the Saturn corridor for the lure. All frigates ready for rapid redeployment. Every planet, every moon, is a potential kill zone. The alien fleet assumed dominance in open space. Their technology was superior. Faster vessels, shields that could withstand massive energy beams, and weapons capable of vaporizing human stations in seconds. Yet every advantage was neutralized by one unquantifiable variable: human unpredictability. The first major engagement occurred near Saturn. A dozen human frigates, tiny compared to the alien cruisers, appeared to retreat in disarray. Sensors reported a massive ambush, but the humans executed a perfect feint. As the alien ships pursued, they were funneled into Saturn's ring system, where hidden human orbital cannons and improvised kinetic traps lay in wait. Explosions rocked the rings as several alien cruisers were shredded, their shields overloaded by cascading debris and magnetic disruptions. Thakor's jaw tightened. They're using the system itself as a weapon. Every celestial body, every anomaly, they exploit it. How? Their history, it does not account for this. Humans weren't just defensive, they were aggressive in their ingenuity. Scientists had retrofitted satellites into rapid deployment drones, creating swarms that harried alien sensors and relays. Hackers in makeshift underground facilities disrupted alien communications, feeding false data and luring ships into traps. Even the smallest human vessel, previously dismissed as inconsequential, now posed a mortal threat when it executed a well-planned maneuver. Commander Reyes directed a daring counterattack near the asteroid belt. A squadron of modified cargo ships, seemingly slow and vulnerable, converged on a formation of alien destroyers. Using magnetic pulses and improvised railguns, they disabled key power nodes, crippling shields. The aliens had underestimated the combination of human intuition, improvisation, and sheer courage. On board the alien flagship, panic was restrained but palpable. "These humans, they are fearless," Thakor muttered. "Their technology is inferior, yet they destroy our ships without hesitation. Their strategy, chaotic, yet effective. They do not follow our models. They adapt." Humans on Earth worked tirelessly to anticipate alien maneuvers. They monitored orbital mechanics, solar winds, and electromagnetic anomalies, using them as weapons. Civilians assisted wherever possible. Engineers recalibrated defensive systems. Volunteers fed real-time data from terrestrial sensors, and drone operators executed rapid countermeasures. Humanity had transformed into a cohesive, adaptive force despite decades of being underestimated. The next confrontation took place near Mars. Alien cruisers attempted to blockade Earth, cutting off escape routes and planetary resources. Alina anticipated this and orchestrated a deceptive maneuver. A fleet of human ships feigned retreat toward the asteroid belt while secretly activating magnetic pulse emitters on the Martian surface. When the alien cruisers passed, their shields fluctuated uncontrollably, leaving them vulnerable. Swarms of drones and frigates struck, destroying several key vessels. Each victory bolstered human morale. Despite being backward in the eyes of the galaxy, humans proved that creativity, courage, and relentless adaptation could level the playing field. Every skirmish reinforced an emerging truth. The Sol system could not be conquered by brute force alone. Even Thakor began to respect, if unwillingly, the human's resourcefulness. He observed, calculated, and adapted, but human unpredictability continued to outpace his simulations. Every tactic deployed against them was met with ingenuity, every assumption proven unreliable. At the orbital command hub, Alina watched reports flood in. "We've slowed them," she said quietly, exhaustion and exhilaration mixing in her voice. "We've made them cautious. The galaxy thinks we are backward, and we've just shown them otherwise." The battle had changed. Humanity was no longer simply defending Earth. They were asserting dominance through innovation, resilience, and tactical genius. The Sol system had become a crucible, forging a species underestimated for centuries into a force even the most advanced civilizations could not ignore. Thakor convened a private council aboard his flagship. His amber eyes, usually unflinching, now reflected tension. "We must rethink our strategy," he said to his commanders. "These humans are unlike anything we have faced. Their inferiority is an illusion. Their adaptability, it is extraordinary. Prepare for a new plan. They cannot be underestimated further." Meanwhile, humans prepared for the next phase. Lessons learned from the asteroid belts, Saturn's corridors, and Martian maneuvers were incorporated into a growing network of defense. Commander Reyes smiled grimly at her team. "They think we are backward," she said. "Let's make sure they understand we are unstoppable." The war had escalated. Humanity had proven that ingenuity, courage, and adaptability could defy expectations, and the galaxy would soon learn that the Sol system was no easy target. Humanity ascends. The alien fleet had regrouped beyond Mars, its capital ships forming a menacing crescent around the inner planets. Thakor's patience had worn thin. The humans were not collapsing under the weight of his warships, and each skirmish revealed more unexpected tactics. "This cannot continue," Thakor growled, his claws rattling against the command console. Every assumption has failed. Their defenses, their improvisation, it defies logic. Prepare the full assault. Leave nothing to chance. We will crush them in one decisive strike. On Earth, Commander Alina Reyes monitored the alien movements from the orbital command hub. Her team had learned, adapted, and expanded humanity's defenses since the first scout ships arrived. They think sheer power will win, she murmured. Let's show them that intelligence, creativity, and courage are stronger than arrogance. Humanity's strategy was simple in principle, but deadly in execution. Use everything the Sol system offered to level the playing field. Mars and its moons have been fortified with improvised artillery and drone stations. Asteroid belts were rigged with kinetic traps and electromagnetic pulses. Orbital satellites, once passive observers, now acted as sensors, decoys, and weapons platforms. Every planet, every moon, every asteroid became a piece of a vast, interconnected defensive web. When the alien fleet advanced into the inner system, expecting Earth to yield under overwhelming force, they were met with chaos. Alien destroyers were pulled into gravitational traps near Jupiter, while frigates were disabled by magnetic pulse swarms. Human drones harassed their shields, slipping past defenses with unpredictable maneuvers. Commander, the outer fleet is breaking formation, Lieutenant Chun reported, his voice tight with excitement. They're trying to retreat, but we're cutting off their path. Alina's eyes sparkled with grim determination. Let them try, she said. Every retreat is another mistake they won't recover from. Push forward. Strike where they least expect it. The battle escalated as humans coordinated planetary defenses with orbital maneuvers. Earth's moon became a staging ground for ambushes, Saturn's rings a gauntlet of destruction, and the asteroid belts a deadly maze. The alien fleet's advanced technology was formidable, but could not compensate for human unpredictability. Every assumption Thakor had made, every simulation, had failed to account for creativity, improvisation, and adaptability. In a daring move, Alina ordered a simulated retreat near Mercury. Alien warships surged forward, confident they had trapped the humans. Then, in a coordinated strike, Earth satellites emitted concentrated energy pulses, disabling the leading cruiser shields. Frigates darted in, delivering precision strikes that shredded the vessels. The remaining alien ships hesitated, disoriented by unexpected losses and the human command's ingenuity. Thakor realized, with mounting dread, that humans were not just fighting. They were dictating the terms of battle. They are controlling the battlefield, he admitted. They are superior in ways we cannot predict. Adaptable, fearless, relentless. These are not backward creatures. They are extraordinary. On board Earth's command hub, Alina coordinated the final phase. Every human pilot, engineer, and strategist moved as one. Rogue drones harassed alien sensors. Improvised railguns and magnetic traps disabled heavy cruisers, and AI-guided frigates executed maneuvers no alien algorithms could anticipate. Civilians assisted in logistics, feeding real-time data from ground stations, satellites, and planetary sensors. The climax came as Thakor personally led his flagship into Earth's orbit, intending to crush the planetary defenses once and for all. Alina anticipated his move. Using gravitational slingshots around the Moon and Venus, human frigates and drones encircled the flagship in a deadly pincer. Coordinated pulses from satellites disrupted shields, while improvised railguns scored direct hits on critical systems. Thakor's vessel faltered. For the first time, he experienced the true weight of underestimating humanity. The primitive species he had dismissed was forcing his fleet into retreat. Every prediction had failed. Every assumption had crumbled. Finally, the alien commander transmitted a surrender signal. Humans, your unpredictability is unmatched. We concede. Your ingenuity, courage, and adaptability surpass anything our records could have anticipated. You are formidable. Alina exhaled, relief and triumph mingling in her chest. The galaxy underestimated us, she said quietly. But we've proven that humans are more than backward. They are unstoppable. In the aftermath, the remaining alien forces retreated, leaving humanity with captured technology, critical knowledge of alien tactics, and a newfound respect across the galaxy. Earth scientists began studying alien designs. Engineers retrofitted ships with recovered tech, and humans began laying the foundation for true interstellar prominence. The Sol system, once dismissed as insignificant, had become a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity. Across the stars, civilizations whispered about the species that had been considered backward, until a galactic war revealed their true strength. Humanity had ascended. The universe would never underestimate them again.